After making the video, I was able to come up with a too long didn't watch. So to summarize the important parts of the video, Seshy had the wrong idea that D1 hasn't changed since her incident and thinks he denied all the stories about him, but his statement clearly acknowledges all of them and basically wishes he could go back to mend everything. KT's incident was 2016. Seshy's incident was 2017. D1 has most likely changed its ways after Seshy's incident from what she has posted on her Twit longer, and nobody from 2017 or 2018 and afterwards has posted about their incidents with D1. And D1 just needs to drink responsibly or ban himself from drinking if he can't control himself. Before starting the video, just turn up the speed, the playback speed to like 2 times or whatever, because I am very slow at talking, because I'm very bad at talking, and I had to do a lot of cutting as well. Alright, let me just first say that I've been observing the Smash community since about 2014. I started with Melee, then Smash 4, and then Ultimate, and basically everything fell apart for me after June 2020 when we had that outing of sexual assaults and stuff. I mean, I still followed like MKLeo, and now Nairo. Now that he's back, that was about it that I followed. But yeah, Smash hasn't been the same ever since. But that's not really the point. The point is that I'm making this video because I am defending D1. Basically, I'm like his lawyer. So a little bit about my background. Now, I'm a nobody, okay? But I'm also someone that's been studying people for about at least around 9 years of my life. And I have, basically come to an enlightenment about how people work. And I'm here to, just not only am I defending D1, but I'm also, I also, feel sorry for Seshy as well. Now, okay, where do I start? All right, I'll start with what to keep in mind. Okay, let's just get it out there that USA, okay, education system, shitty. The people and how their minds work, shitty as well. Everywhere that you see in media, it's always about sex, 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 like sex is the best, blah, blah, blah. That's how it was back then, okay? From the years, like, at least around 2008 all the way up until like maybe 2018, maybe 2017. I don't know. Either way, though, point is that sex influenced a lot of people, right? And that's just the way it was, And even now, like sex is still everywhere and whatnot. We have to keep that in mind, okay? That back then, that's just the way things were, and obviously, I'm not about that stuff, but I don't support that kind of behavior. But that's just how America is. And that's the Smash community was built on outcasts, okay? Outcasts of society. So I'm not surprised that a lot of these people don't really know like proper etiquette or proper manners or like just some things that you would think is common sense, but you know they just fell under the pressure to feel like you know sex is so awesome and so great and that you need sex in your life to like you know to enjoy life to the fullest. Back then, if you were a virgin, you're a loser. A lot of people have succumbed to that mindset, and the biggest the biggest sinner of that mindset is Mango, C9 Mango. Not to say that he's the only one, but like he is like one of the biggest influences of Smash in history. I don't know if it's the same now, but back then, you know, Mango was the face of Smash. And I would say personally, I would say that M2K is the face of Smash. Anyway, sorry about all this ranting. Let's get to the main point, okay? I'm gonna break this down as too long didn't read kind of thing, and I'm gonna bring up the main points, okay? So basically, you know, she had this Seshi person had the same experience with D1 as KT, I think her ideas or whatever the name that she goes by. Anyway, the girlfriend of MVD, and it was E3 2017 is uh is when or like around 2017 time anyway. Just basically 2017. Okay, is when the incident happened, okay? And they basically he got really drunk just like the time that he sexually assaulted, raped KT, and like the thing is that the story that she's telling basically fits the same pattern as KT's, and KT like her sexual assault was 2016, I'm pretty sure. If you just watch his video or his statement, like read his statement, you can find it. Open letter to KT, STR 2016, KT dominate, right? Let's see, just had turned 18. And here we are. Smash the Record 2016 was when that horrible incident happened. And that's where Seshi had the wrong idea, okay? Because she makes it out as if he has not changed at all. And the thing is that what happened to her happened after KT. And the thing is that like KT basically said that that his apology to her was half-assed, okay? And of course it would be half-assed after or like in quotes half-assed, okay? After seeing a statement, it makes sense that it ended up the way it did because he thought it was just that about like the whole like the rape thing, but apparently there was more to it, and she never elaborated that. She just accepted it. She even said it in her own twit longer that she just accepted it and and didn't go further in it, and that's her fault. Like if she had just further elaborated what else that she had gripes with, then he would have, you know, then he would at least know about them, right? But apparently MVD and her KT they just assumed that he already knew about it, right? that is the whole bullying thing. Like D1 says that he did not know about the bullying, and even though like her statement was like literally last year, I I can still remember most of it pretty clearly because I was very invested into these twitlongers and whatnot, like trying to see if I could salvage um Nairo, D1, and Zero in any way. Now Nairo, he just basically admitted to it, so like it's like what can I do for him, right? D1 though, he just literally disappeared off the face of the earth until now. And Zero, he just decided to literally yeet himself out. Like he literally threw himself out the window without any regard for anybody else, and just like because he was so guilty, he just did not want to hear any anything that anybody had to say that was good about him. Like he literally said at the very end that he is not a good person and he does not want anybody defending him, and he is gone. Like he's just out of here. Basically, he could not take it anymore. He did not want any more drama at all, and he just wanted out. By the way, I just feel the need to mention that, uh, that kid that outed Nairo, like, I forgot what his name was, but he's been real quiet ever since the ever since literally that after the events of the outing, right? Like last time I checked anyway, a long time ago, uh like Nairo was just out of the scene, right? And even though this kid was getting so much support, he didn't make any tweets afterwards. Like, don't you just find it weird that the kid, like after its victory, he just stops uh tweeting and like stops anything really? Like, what the heck happened to him? Pretty sure that what it looks like to me was that his guilt finally it finally pressed him down. He couldn't handle it anymore, and his guilt just literally crushed him under its weight. Is how I see it, and I hope that's the case anyway because like he has a history of being um this gay asshole that just wants to flaunt and wants to feel superior to everyone else. That's how I see it. And like if you don't know anyway, this kid dated Ally, and even though he was too young to date him, they like that's what people had gripes with. They didn't like that, um, or like it's against the law to date people who aren't of age. Like if you're older than 18, and like basically Ally is a pedophile, right? And that label's gonna stick onto him forever. But the thing is, okay, the reason they stopped dating, the reason that it ended, okay, was because in Smash 4, I'm pretty sure it was. No, it was actually Ultimate. Yeah, like it was in the beginning of Ultimate, in the early days of Ultimate. That or was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the early days of Ultimate because like the thing is that Smash 4 Bayonetta was like, uncontested. And so in Ultimate, Bayonetta got nerfed, right? And then this kid finds out that he's actually not as good as he thought he was, and that Bayonetta was literally just carrying him, and he got jealous of Ally because he was doing well, and that and like, you know, his snake was dominating. Like he could have beaten Zach Ray if he wanted to, right? And and there was even a video posting of how the commentators were wondering why he was acting the way he did, because like the thing is that, okay, he Zach the kid told Ally to lose against Zach Ray, to throw the game against him, and that's exactly what he did, and they got the video proof of it. Commentators were wondering what the hell is Ally doing? Was he thinking? Like, why is he not finishing him off even though he could? You know, he's doing these jabs and stuff, and then he's not finishing him off when he has so many opportunities to, right? And although I say kid, like by now he's already past 18. But like they were dating in the Smash 4 days, and like he was like probably like 16 or something at the time, while Ally's like 26 or something. Like a lot older anyway. And I don't want to go talking about age difference, like that's another controversy and for another day. I just wanted to talk about this just because like I you know, it goes to show how much I've been following the community, right? How much I follow these kinds of controversies and dramas and stuff, and like in the end, of course, I would have to say I'm on Ally's side. Okay, like personally, I think that he should be allowed to come back, but yeah, that's whatever. I mean, you know, I mean that just says enough about how I think of the controversy of age difference, right? The point is that the kid's an asshole. Like he made Ally throw his game against Zachary just because he was jealous that he's not getting the results that Ally's getting, or like he's just not doing well, basically. And then literally the reason he outed Nairo was just so he could brag about having sex with him. That's it. That was literally his reason for outing Nairo. So, getting back on topic, okay? Um, it's right around here anyway. So, you know, this Too Long Didn't Read, she finally, you know, directly messaged him and stuff, and he apologized and stuff. Like they, you know, like made a point to understand each other, right? Like she explained herself, he explained himself, and then like he, you know, apologized all the time and whatnot, and at the end, you know, they became friends again. Like yeah, it was like before it was awkward between them after his apology, like he wouldn't talk to her and whatnot and blah blah. That's just because he didn't know how to hang out with her after all that, because of course, you know, how do you hang out with someone when you feel bad for what you did to them, right? You know what I mean, like that's how he was. Anyway, but basically they became friends again, and you know, nothing was bad between, they had no bad blood between them anymore. And you know, point is that she's probably the reason why he changed now. Like, unless there's an incident that comes after 2017, E3 2017, and like after all this that they've went through, unless there's an incident after that, then like what do you have to be mad about him for at him for? You're mad at him for something that he did before he met you. Okay? Like you you have like again, you have to understand that you're probably the reason, Seshi, that he actually changed for the better. And you don't see that because you apparently see that KT person's uh like her incident as as if it was very recent, you know, like as if it came after you. The rest of this is just talking about KT and like you know how hearing her incident like basically made her very biased against D1 because she's not thinking about the time of it, you know. KT was 2016 and Seshi was 2017, and both were him being very drunk. Okay, for KT he was so drunk that he couldn't even remember what happened, but for this one for Seshi he wasn't as drunk. Like he could remember a few things here and there, but he remembered them wrong, right? Like getting drunk, that drunk just does that. Like it's just in the end, okay. Point is, he should just be drinking responsibly. I mean, it'd be great if he doesn't drink at all, but like, you know, drink responsibly, like only two beers or something. I don't know what it takes to get him to be that drunk. Okay, only Seshi and KT would know. But you know, just go by that standard. Find out how many drinks it takes for him to be so drunk that he cannot, you know, cannot like be the the good person that he is. Because obviously, when he's drunk, he's basically a criminal. And you know how it is in the U.S. You know, both drinking and sex are seen as good things. The more sex and drinking you can do, the cooler you are. That's like I don't know if that's like that affects D1, but like I mean, of course it has to have some effect on him, but like I don't know how much it affected him, right? But at this point in his life, he's definitely been a changed man. Unless I hear something in 2018 incident or whatever, then he's basically been a changed man since then. Another thing that I need to set the record straight is the whole denying thing, okay? Like, and I quote, and now that he's denying the stories about him, I have to sit here writing 5 damn pages to add to the reasons to let him back in the scene. No, it's your misunderstanding, okay? Like you did. If you read the entire statement, none of it is denying anything, okay? Literally, just read this part. Like just how can you be saying that he's denying anything when all he's saying is that he wishes that he could go back in time and change things for the better? That's all he's saying. Anyway, I mean I'm getting too ruffled up about it. It's not that it's not really I really shouldn't. I just got that way just because like because it got to me that she's like acting this way uh, when she didn't really like look at it through unbiased eyes, like just through a true neutral state, you know. She was letting her anger do the judgment for her. Anyway, I hope that both D1 and Seshi see this video and make up. Not kiss, of course. And I hope that the Smash community can allow him back in, or at the very least, you know, even if they don't let him back in, just don't be an asshole to him, right? That's all I ask. In the end, all of this was out of everybody's control. And Seshy, I won't blame you for acting the way you did. It's just that's just how it is. I can see why you have the way that you I can see the way you see things because I used to be there myself. When you're angry and you have a traumatizing past, you just can't help yourself, you just can't help but get angry at that person and look for any kind of reason to like destroy them or get your revenge or something. Like you just don't want him back of because of like hearing another story that was basically like yours. But I hope that after this video that you can like come to an understanding, see what you were what you were thinking was wrong, and that you can accept D1 again. Personally, I would like him back in the Smash community because he was a very positive influence, like pretty much all the time, at least publicly, and like the words that he say are very true. They're very genuine and whatnot. I idolized D1, and I still do to this day. Everyone has at least one big flaw about them, you know? And the more that you travel, the more that you experience fame and whatnot, the more you like live that that in quotes true American lifestyle or Los Angeles life, just always about money, sex, and fame, and like even on the internet, like people like Jake and Logan Paul are like are the most popular YouTubers, and like you have the FaZe Clan too, and like they're scamming people and fucking getting $30 million off of some in quotes exhibition. Point is, US is very fucked up, and that's where your blame should go, because if you're like if the US was better in their mindset and the way that they treat their people, and the education wasn't shitty, you guys probably wouldn't have ended up this way. Another thing to consider is that black people have always been like people have always been racist against black people in the US, and D1 is a black person. Like that's another thing. Like people may say that, oh, your upbringing doesn't matter, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this, but like it does matter. And I'm tired of people pretending like it's not. Also, about this comment you made at the end, you seem to think that all he cares about is his job, but like, if that was all he cared about, he wouldn't taken a whole entire year off. All right, an entire year of self-reflecting and whatnot that he said and everything. Like, this guy is truly a genuinely nice guy. Okay, just try to trust him more, okay? He's very intelligent and he's very kind, and he's doing the best that he can to rectify and fix everything, or at least to the best of his abilities. You don't find people like him in the US very often. It's very, very rare, okay? Well, I mean, at the very least, back then it was very rare. I don't know about now. I mean, now times are changing. Trump stopped being president and whatnot. Like, I can see that at the very least, US is improving from 2021 onwards. And D1 himself, has already been improving way before it. Okay, he was ahead of his time, and he probably still is. Most of us started out as a bunch of outcasts, and people who wanted to become the best at Smash would give up school for it. That's how bad it was. And everybody has their own weird ass coping mechanism besides Smash, because Smash isn't the only thing there is to life, right? Like, am I the only one that finds this friends with benefit thing weird? Like, it's basically having sex with a friend, right? I find that to be very weird, personally. Now, I mean, that's not to say that I have my own weird things, that I don't have my own, right? It's just that you have to see that, you know, you're not some saint, okay? And everybody else needs to know that they're not saints either. We've all done our own fair share of weird and bad things. And FOMOing for drama is a bad thing. Talking shit about someone while not completely understanding the situation is it just infuriates me, okay? Like, I hate when a whole entire community starts trying to cancel people that don't deserve it. Why are we trying to cancel D1, who is clearly trying to become a better person?